How are you wonderful people doing? My name is Michael, is known as ThirdGenGamer, and welcome to my newest challenge video. Last challenge video, we took on Pokemon Sword using only Stunky. Definitely go check it out if you haven't done so already. This challenge video is definitely going to be the most challenging one I've ever done on this channel, so there'll be some crazy strategies that I'll use to try to win. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. I would appreciate it since this is going to be super tough. The challenge is, can you beat Pokemon Shield using only Dreepy with no healing items in battle? Dreepy is a Dragon and Ghost type Pokemon that can have the abilities Clear Body, Infiltrator, and the hidden ability is Curse Body. Its base stats are rather nasty. It's a total of 270, good in attack and speed, but terrible everywhere else. Dreepy resists a lot of types, but it's also weak to a lot, especially the gym leaders in this game. Dreepy is weak to Ice, Ghost, Dragon, Dark, and Fairy. All of these types are gym leader types in Pokemon Shield. At least you can learn some moves through level up in TM, right? Nope. It gets 4 moves at the start, and those are the only moves it gets through level up. It can get a couple of egg moves through breeding. I did get an egg from JaCubAsAlways where he bred a Gengar with Sucker Punch with a female Dreepy to get this egg. It learns some TMs, but most are not useful, and only 4 TRs total. The only move I can even possibly get that would be super beneficial is Draco Meteor from the Sirchester Move Tutor. With that being said, let's go over the rules. Rule number 1, I must only use a Dreepy in my playthrough once we get it. Rule number 2, I cannot use healing items or X items in battle. I'll be allowing myself to use held items though. And rule number 3, I cannot use cheats or exploits to complete this playthrough. Will we win? Well, let's find out. So with how many times we've done these types of challenge videos, this first hour gameplay is exactly the same. So I skip to when I get the Dynamax band. We go through the wild area, grab the leftovers, and then we head into Motostoke. We then hatch our egg and now we have our Dreepy. The Pokedex registers and gives us this Pokedex entry. If this weak Pokemon is by itself, a mere child could defeat it. But if Dreepy has friends to help it train, it can evolve and become much stronger. Will we be that friend? Well, I guess we are. But we had to name this after Casper the Friendly Ghost. Dreepy has a brave nature, boosting attack and lowering speed. It has the Clear Body ability, which means I cannot get my stats lowered by my opponents. It has the moveset Infestation, Quick Attack, Bite, and Sucker Punch. We go to the Budu Inn to find the Team Yell Grunts. The first grunt sends in Zigzagoon. I spam Infestation while he goes for Lick. Luckily we had the gradual damage after each turn, which made this battle easier. We didn't get paralyzed and we take it out for the win. Next Yell Grunt had a Nickit, but it must have had no moves to attack me because it just spammed Tail Whip while we used Infestation. We have Clear Body, so our stats couldn't get lowered, and we easily win here. And then the double battle, I take out Zigzagoon with Infestation and Wooloo knocks out the Nickit for the win. I was curious if we would win first try, but we did. It was still pretty rough with the lack of damage output. This won't be nice late game. We meet the gym leaders, and now we have our first hot battle with the Dreepy. He sends out Wooloo. Wooloo can't touch us, so we just spam Bite and it goes down. Rookity is next. I spam Sucker Punch since it's faster, but then Hop heals. We couldn't get past the Rookity, so we came back at level 15. This time we outspeed Rookity and we land a couple bites to knock it out. He sends in Sobble, outspeeds us, but a few bites plus a healing item from Hop, and a few more bites later and we win. We have Beat in the mine. He sends out Solosis, 1 bite knocks it out. Then Hatenna comes out. It takes 2 bites, but we had to take a Disarming Voice first. And that did a lot for not being stabbed. Yeesh. Finally, he had Gothita, which goes down in 2 bites as well. We make it to Turffield, and now we have the gym. As I got going, I forgot to give my Dreepy the leftovers, so yeah. Well, we have it now for the gym leader. Milo sends out Gossifleur. I go for Infestation to get gradual damage, and then we went for bites. Didn't get a single flinch, so we got whittled down with Magical Leaf before taking it out. And then Eldegoss comes in and wrecks me with 3 max overgrows. I come back at level 23. We stall it out of its Dynamax form, but Infestation was not enough after 2 max Darknesses to lower the special defense by 2 stages and 1 max Flutterby. Well, time to go to level 25. This time we were successful and dealt enough damage to the Eldegoss after 2 max Darknesses. 1 was a crit and then max Flutterby takes it out and we get the Grass Badge. And now we're on the bridge with Team Yell trying to get the man's bike back. The first grunt sends out Zigzagoon. I use Infestation until it goes down. Beevil comes out and wrecks me with Snarl and Beat Up. I have to grind for this battle. Seriously? I lose again at level 28. At level 32, after getting a critical hit with Infestation and it didn't use Snarl, we win. And then we fight the next guy with a Sableye and wreck it with Bite. How is that a hard section? That is normally a joke. I'm worried about late game Marnie now, but we finally get the bike. I grab a tract on Route 5, and now we have Hop on the bridge. He sends out Wooloo. 3 bites take it out after Hop uses a super potion. Next up is Corvisquire. 2 bites knock it out. And then Drizzle. 1 bite and 1 sucker punch take that out, and we make it to Holbury, meet up with Nessa, and we go into the gym. Nessa sends out Goldeen. 2 bites take it out. Arcuda comes in. Nessa lands a bite on us, and it does almost half, even though we're 11 levels higher. However, Arcuda goes down to 2 bites. And then Dreadnought comes in and wrecks us with Max Darkness. It wasn't even close. I decided to go up to 40, and this time I was able to go in full health to Dreadnought because I got the flinch of the Goldeen, and a Sucker Punch is a KO to that Arcuda. 3 Max Darknesses destroyed that Dreadnought. Barely. We get the water badge. Bead gets swept by 4 bites, and then we have the Yell double. I get destroyed by Night Slash and Snarl at level 40? How? I come back at level 50 and spam Quick Attack, and we eventually take them out. Finally! Marnie is up. Good thing we are double her level now. She sends in Krogunk. I use Quick Attack. I outsped, so her Sucker Punch didn't work. She used a potion, and 2 more Quick Attacks knock that out. Then we have Scraggy. 2 Quick Attacks do the job, and now we have more Payco. 2 Quick Attacks finish her. And that's it for Marnie. Kabu is up, blazing with rage. That didn't help him at all, though. I give Dreepy the Lumberry for the burn. Ninetales gets sent out. I get the flinch with Bite first turn, and another Bite knocks it out. Arcanine comes in, tries to intimidate, but Clear Body prevented it. I bite, he Will-O-Wisps, but he misses, and then another Bite finishes that. I'm going into the Gigantamax Centiskorch at full health. I use Max Darkness, do more than half, and eat the Flutterby. Another Max Darkness finishes this gym. A gym that I was worried about because of the burn ended up being a joke. First attempt too, and we got the Fire Badge. In Moto Stoke, I grabbed the black glasses to boost my dark type moves for the next gym, which is Ghost. We'll keep the leftovers on it for now, but now we have Yell again. Stunky bites us and does a lot while we take it out with Quick Attack. Aftermath goes into effect. Hurts us pretty bad. Then Linoon takes our Quick Attack and wrecks us with Night Slash. Oh, here we go again. I come back at 55. I bite against Stunky twice while it missed Poison Gas. Aftermath activates. Linoon comes in and uses Hone Claws while we 2-hit KO it for the win. Then the other trainer had a Liepard, which we took an Assurance, and then 2 Quick Attacks finished them. I could have been stuck here for much longer if that first trainer actually tried to attack, but whatever, I'll take it. We make it to Stone's side, battle Hop again, and he starts with Cramorant. 1 bite knocks it out. I go for Bite, do about 3/4 damage. He goes for Water Pulse. And then he goes for Sucker Punch next turn, which actually caught me off guard because I didn't think I've ever seen him use it before. I finish him with Bite. Silicobra comes out. I go for Sucker Punch while he glares, and oh boy. Being paralyzed and Dig was really irritating. It eventually brought us down to 1 HP, and then Parahex almost ended us, but we do end up taking it out. Lastly, Toxel gets sent out, and we finish Hop with Bite. I give my Dreepy the black glasses that we found earlier. Relearn Astonish from the move relearner, and now we take on Alistair. Alistair sends out Yamask. I bite it, it goes down, but its Wandering Spirit activates and gets rid of our Clear Body. That could potentially be an issue. Then Cursula comes out, another bite takes that out. And now we have Mimikyu, which can lower our attack now with Baby Doll Eyes, since we don't have Clear Body anymore. It somehow outspeeds, even checked with a battle calculator, that shouldn't have been possible. We have 96 speed, and at the most it should have 88 with a speed boosting nature unless EVs are involved. But regardless, it goes for Baby Doll Eyes while we take out its Disguise. Then we Dynamax, deal with another Baby Doll Eyes, and Max Phantasm finish it off even at -2 attack. Then Mega Gengar comes in, 2 Max Darknesses take it out for the win. We get the Ghost Badge, but I'm still very confused in how that Mimikyu outsped. Does anyone have thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. We battle Beat again, easy sweep with Bite, and now we're here in Bologna. We grab the Eviolite, boosting our defenses of Dreepy since it's a Pokemon that is not fully evolved, and we give the Eviolite to it. I go back to Motostoke and buy the TM for Protect because we need to stall in order to last long enough for the quiz questions to get the stat boost in this upcoming Fairy Gym. I replace Bite with Protect. It is resisted, and Astonish will give the same flinch chances and deal more damage. Time for the old hag Opal. I'm not expecting to win here, but let's see how far we can get before needing to grind. So I Protect, Stall, and Astonish until I answer all the quiz questions. Wheezing eventually goes down. Then Mawile comes in. Intimidate does not affect us because of Clear Body. I Astonish. It does about 70%. She Iron Defenses. It goes down next Astonish. Next is Togekiss. I Dynamax here. Max Phantasm takes it out. And now for the Gigantamax Alchemy. I go for Phantasm, almost knock it out, and then we lose to a Gigantamax Finale. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be in my first attempt. If we can get a couple more levels, we are going to win. I come back at level 60, and this time Gigantamax Alchemy goes down to Max Phantasm. We get the Fairy Badge. I reteach Bite over Protect, and now we have Hop on the bridge. This one might be tough. Heavy Slam Snorlax and Crunching Bolton? Oh, and don't forget Sucker Punching Inteleon. Let's go! We get the one-hit KO on Trevenant with Bite. Bolton gets sent out, we use Bite, and we get the flinch. That's a big deal. Goes down to another Bite. Then Inteleon comes in, I Sucker Punch to outspeed Inteleon Sucker Punch, get a crit. Hop uses a healing item, and then a couple more Sucker Punches finish it. Then Heatmore I Bite. He licks, doesn't get the para, we finish it with Bite. Lastly, there's Snorlax. We Bite, get some flinches, and it goes down with a crit. That could have been an awful fight, but RNG was in our favor. Thank goodness. We make it to Sirchester. There's a man by the Hero's Bath that is a move tutor for Draco Meteor. This will be the only dragon move that I can get without getting a new Dreepy with a Dragon Tail egg move. It is a very powerful special attacking dragon move that will lower our special attack by 2 stages after each use. It has 130 power, but same type attack bonus makes it 195. So it'll still hit Pokemon like a truck. Since Dreepy's special attack is already pretty bad, we're only using this once at the maximum per battle. Melanie is up, and this will be a fun time. She sends in Frostmoth. I knew she was going to set up Hail first turn, so I Bite to try to get the flinch. I didn't get it, but it put it in range for Sucker Punch to take it out. Next up is Darmanitan. We go for a Bite, get the flinch, and then Bite again. No flinch. Get destroyed by Icicle Crash. So we need to level up to level 70 and try again. I also relearn Infestation. Running damage calcs, I don't do enough if I Dynamax on the Ice Skew right away, so I need to take a turn to use it. It puts me in range for the kill with Wormwind. But I also need a flinch on that Darmanitan as well. There's so many contingencies here, but I can beat this without getting too high up in level. I go for the Bite, Frostmoth goes for Icy Wind instead. Ouch. It goes down with another Bite. Next up is Darmanitan. I Bite, get the flinch, and then Sucker Punch for the knockout. Ice Cube comes out, I use Infestation, got a low damage roll. But I take the Icy Wind like a champ. I Dynamax, go for Wormwind, it lives on 1 and gets another Icy Wind off. But it goes down to Infestation damage. We have low HP going into Gigantamax Lapras. I go for Wormwind, does less than expected, and then we get taken out with Resonance. I guess I'll need to get to level 75 and try again. We lose again at the Lapras. Gigantamax Resonance puts up an Aurora Veil, reducing my damage drastically. We'll try again at 80. Frostmoth uses Feather Dance instead, which does nothing because of Clear Body, and we finish it with 2 bites. Darmanitan comes in, we flinch it with Bite, go for Sucker Punch while it taunts us. Whatever, it goes down next turn. Ice Cube comes in, I Dynamax and use Wormwind. Goes down in 1 hit. Lapras is last, and we're at full HP. I use Max Darkness, lowering its special defense, and it used Resonance. We eat it, but it puts up the Aurora Veil. I go for Wormwind and put it deep in the yellow. Take another Resonance. We go back to normal size and we go for Draco Meteor. It finally goes down and we get the Ice Badge. Hop at the Hero's Bath. Considering that we're at level 80, it shouldn't be a problem, right? Well, there's hail damage, so that makes it tougher. Let's see how we do. Double comes in, 2 bites finish it. Snorlax gets sent out and takes a bite and crunches us, but Sucker Punch knocks it out next turn after hail damage. Inteleon gets sent out. I Sucker Punch, almost kill, and then he heals and stalls us for a couple turns before we could take it out with a Bite and Sucker Punch. Then Corviknight. We flinch with a Bite and then almost kill the Corviknight while he Drill Pecks. We both go down to the hail damage, but Hop still had Pinkerchin, so we lose. I come back at 85. We kill Corviknight with more HP. Pinkerchin comes in. I Bite just in case he used Curse instead. Almost kill it. He sparks and almost kills us. We barely live after hail damage. We Bite again, and Hop's Pinkerchin goes down. Hail damage doesn't activate because Hop has no more Pokemon. We win. Team Yell again, yippee! He sends out Linoon. 2 infestations take it out, and then Pangoro comes out. It uses Bullet Punch on us, but we one-shot it with Draco Meteor. GG. We relearn Quick Attack for Marnie, and now we have to beat her to get into Spike Myth. Let's go. She sends in Liepard. I quick attack, she sucker punches, and then we finish Liepard with another quick attack. Scrafty comes in and takes our quick attack super well, and then she crunches and almost does half. The outcome was looking bleak, but then she swaggers us, boosting our attack by 2 stages. It confuses us. We have a 50% chance of hitting ourselves, but we do a crap ton more damage if we do land our attacks. Luckily RNG was on our side, we don't hit ourselves at all. Scrafty goes down. Toxicroak comes in, quick attack almost takes it out, Marnie heals, we quick attack 2 more times for the KO. Morpeko comes in and we snap out of confusion, and we quick attack for the knockout. Marnie really did nothing because we outsped her team and she kept spamming sucker punch and failing each time. I was not expecting that I would beat her first try. Time for the 7th gym. Unfortunately, there's a required double battle, and Dreepy doesn't really have any moves where I could get a second one and do nothing, so I caught a Magikarp that had Splash. Plus, in a way, these two are the same. Weak and useless. Except I'm trying to prove that Dreepy is useful. Anyways, we grab Sharkbait and we go to Spike Myth. The required double wasn't that bad. I Draco, Drapion, and 2 quick attacks finished Liepard. For Pierce, I relearn Protect. I'm going to use Infestation, and then I'm going to Protect Stall him to whittle down his Pokemon for me to take him out. I need the combination of bad trainer AI and lots of double Protect to have a shot here. But I feel this will be the battle that puts me at level 100. Well, let's see how this goes. We get destroyed right away. I thought the AI would be stupid and go for Sand Attack with Scrafty first turn, but Payback was used and hit us like a truck. I need to use the power of love. I teach Attract over Quick Attack, and even then this is a reach because we don't have an attacking move that can deal much damage, and we need to save our Draco for Skuntank. I'm thinking that we need to go to level 100. No more games. I replace Protect with Quick Attack. I need damage output. Double Protect and Attract is not going to do it. We Attract, it gets immobilized. We use Infestation. 2 quick attacks while it was immobilized. It goes down. Malamar comes in. We Attract, he goes for Payback. We take it pretty well. We use Infestation, but it gets immobilized. Another Infestation takes that out. Obstagoon. I Attract, it gets immobilized. Next turn he obstructs. Next turn we use Infestation, and he lands Throat Chop. We eat it up. We do a quick attack, he lands another, but we go down. This strategy actually works. I'll just have to keep doing it until the RNG favors us the whole match. Except that never happened, so I'm switching things up. This will be our new moveset. I want to give a special thanks to Braden, aka WBS Energy, for being the middle person to help me trade over the substitute TR from my other file since I couldn't find the TR in this game. I'm now carrying the leftovers, and basically I'm going to be using Infestation and hope I can slowly take out his whole team. This strategy was made by the mad lad himself, JaCubAsAlways. Let's see if it works out. Okay, first turn we Attract. He gets immobilized. We substitute, he hits us with Payback. We sub again, get hit again, and then again we sub, he gets immobilized. Next I use Infestation, he paybacks. I Protect to get some HP back before going for another sub. He gets immobilized. Missed out on an opportunity, but we sub again and he gets immobilized by Love. We then Protect Stall and then use Infestation, and eventually it goes down. We have a sub going into Malamar. I Attract, Pierce gets a Payback off, I Protect and then substitute, he breaks through the Love. We substitute again, he gets immobilized. We use Infestation, I Protect, it goes down to Infestation. Here comes Obstagoon, we Attract, get a free turn. Now Infestation, I Protect for leftovers healing. He goes for Obstruct, which is fine I suppose, I'd rather have him do that than attack. I use Infestation, bring it down further in HP. He gets a Shadow Claw off. Sub breaks, I sub again, he breaks it again, and then I sub once again, and then he breaks it again! Oh my goodness. My luck is running out here. I sub again and still breaks through. That was like 4 times in a row. Infestation runs out. I Protect to get some HP, and then I use Infestation, and it finally goes down. Now, Skuntank. Expecting the Sucker Punch, I Attract, and then I go for my final substitute. Sucker Punch fails, I use Infestation. He gets immobilized by Love in the process. I Protect the sub here. He Sucker Punches. This time I go for Infestation, but he breaks through the Love and breaks the sub. All I can do is Protect now and hope that he goes down to the range where it dies. Now, I could double Protect and have it possibly fail, or use Infestation for the knockout. I thought he was out of Sucker Punches here, so I decided to attack, but apparently Skuntank had one more Sucker Punch. It was immobilized by Love though. We put it in the red and Infestation damage finishes it off. After 5 attempts with this new method and probably 30 of the other method, we finally get the dark badge. Now we have the final gym. I'm now holding the Eviolite, and now I'm rocking these moves. Time for Raihan. I attract the Gigalith, get hit with a breaking swipe by Flygon. I Dynamax and go for Wormwind on the Flygon, Sandaconda, and Duraludon, and they all go down. All that was left was Gigalith with -3 attack. Draco Meteor would do the trick, right? No! I missed 2 Draco Meteors! A 90% accurate move and lose! So I know my strategy works, I just have to land my Draco Meteor. The second time we land Draco, survives because of Sandstorm boosting its special defense, but Bite takes down Gigalith, and we finally get the Dragon Badge. We make it to Winden, and now we can finally enter the tournament. Before we go in, since our Dreepy leveled up through experience candies instead of actual battles, we are lacking some EVs or effort values, which can boost our stats further. Normally you can get those by fighting Pokemon, however there's a store clerk that sells vitamins. I found that I can buy 18 vitamins to boost my stats before my EVs are maxed out. I'll be boosting based on Leon's Pokemon. At this point I outspeed all of his Pokemon except for Dragapult and Cinderace. I have Sucker Punch for Dragapult, so that isn't a problem. Cinderace on the other hand, I need to outspeed, which shouldn't be too hard. If Leon has a neutral nature with perfect IVs and speed, it puts him at 177, barely outspeeding my 176 speed Dreepy. So I just need to give 1 Carbos to boost my speed stat enough to outspeed, putting me at 179 speed. If he has a speed boosting nature, then we're out of luck anyways. But I will buy the last 17 in proteins and raise my attack all the way up to 232 attack. I grab Facade from the wild area and we do the Rotom rally for the TM for Thunder Wave. Now here's our Dreepy for Marnie. We are holding the Lumberry since her Pokemon uses Swagger. If we can boost our attack to +2, lose the confusion, she gets destroyed. We have Quick Attack, Facade, Thunder Wave, and Draco Meteor. Now let's get to Marnie. She sends in Liepard. I Facade, 1-hit KO. Next up is Scrafty. I was stalling it with T-Wave and Quick Attack until it would use Swagger, but I get the Parahacks a few times. Marnie crunches, but in the end, she swaggers. Lumberry activates, Quick Attack finishes off Scrafty. Down goes Toxicroak with Quick Attack, avoiding Sucker Punch. Morpeko goes down to Facade, and then a Max Strike gets a useless crit on the Gigantamax Grimmsnarl, and it goes down. Marnie was a joke. Now for Hop. Here's the moveset I'm going with. He also has a Swagger Mon, so I'm going to bait him into using it like last battle, but with a slightly different moveset. He starts with Double. We go for Bite while he's in Headbutts. He uses a full Restore. Okay, rather have him use it now than later. It goes down to 2 more bites. Next up is Snorlax. Bite flinches first turn and then Bite knocks it out next turn. Corviknight was sent in, forgot it had Unnerve as his ability, so my original plan won't work. But 2 bites take it down. Pinkerton comes out, I Dynamax, go for Max Phantasm for the KO. Now is Inteleon. He Dynamaxes, but Max Phantasm takes out the Inteleon for the win. We qualify for the actual tournament. However, we need to deal with Alina first. I kept my moveset and Lumberry from Hop, and I'm going to use it for Alina. She sends out Frostlass. I Bite, 1-hit KO. Salazzle's next, 1 Facade takes that out. Next is Serena, 2 Facades finish it. She then brings out my Milotic, which was destroyed by 2 Facades. Lastly, she has her Gigantamax Garbodor. I Dynamax, and Max Phantasm was a 1-hit KO.
Time for the pre-tournament warm-up against Bede.
But for real, he can be a threat, being a Fairy-type trainer. We have the same exact moveset as before, but I gave my Dreepy the Eviolite again. Let's go! Bede sends in Mawile. I Astonish and I don't get the flinch, but deal a lot of damage. Mawile uses Play Rough, does less than half, 1 more Astonish finishes Mawile. Next up is Gardevoir. I Dynamax here and go for Phantasm. It is a 1-hit knockout. Then Rapidash, Phantasm destroys it, and now Gigantamax Hatterene, Phantasm demolishes it. What a pleasant warm-up. The tournament begins. Nessa sends out Golisopod. I go for Bite, bring it down to half. Emergency Exit activates. She sends in Barrascuda. I outspeed, Bite knocks it out. Then Golisopod came back in. I go for Facade to make sure I kill it. Then Pelipper comes in, sets up the rain. I go for Facade, almost kill it. Pelipper sets up Tailwind. She heals Pelipper, but it goes down to 2 bites. Next up is Seaking. Facade knocks it out in 1 hit, and then Gigantamax Dreadnought. I go for Max Phantasm, falls to the red, eat a Max Darkness, and then another Max Phantasm finishes Nessa. Alistair's back. Bite destroys Dusknoir, Chandelure, Cursula, and Poltegeist in 1 hit, and then Max Phantasm takes out Gigantamax Gengar in 1 hit as well. This was the easiest fight I've had in this playthrough. Time for Raihan. He sends in Torkoal. I Bite, get the flinch, and then I use Facade to guarantee the knockout. Next up is Turtonator. I go for the bite, didn't get the flinch, and then got hit by a Dragon Pulse. Did a hefty chunk. Then I go for Facade to guarantee that knockout as well. Flygon enters the battlefield, I Dynamax and go for Wormwind, it goes down. The same thing happens to Goodra and even the Gigantamax Duraludon. Raihan goes down, only landing one hit on Dreepy. We are ready for the champion, but of course we have the tradition of Rose interrupting this battle that is going into the history books. Before we go into the fight, I reteach Sucker Punch over Facade, and then I give the black glasses to my Dreepy to boost my dark type moves. He sends out a Scavalier. I bite, get the flinch, and then another bite knocks it out. Now Berserker. I Sucker Punch and do about 75%, but it gets a throat chop off. Ouch. But it goes down with a bite. Kling Kling comes in, we bite, get the flinch, another bite finishes it. And then we have Ferrothorn. I Dynamax here, go for Max Darkness, and it barely lives. And it missed his Power Whip. Max Darkness takes it out next turn. Now Gigantamax Caparaja. I go for Phantasm, does about 75%, and then we lose to a Mindstorm. We are so close. Should have gone for Max Darkness on the Caparaja, and I need to bite Berserker for the chance of flinch. Let's try this again. I reset until I got the flinch on that Berserker, but this run I've flinched a Scavalier, Berserker, and Kling Kling with bite, so they all went down to 2 bites. And then I must have gotten a low damage roll on Ferrothorn the first time, because this time it went down with Max Darkness. We go into Gigantamax Caparaja at full health. I Max Darkness this time on Caparaja, does a little more than Phantasm, and then we ate the Steel Surge like a beast. And another Max Darkness finishes Rose. Dreepy deals the final blow to Eternatus with Sucker Punch, and now we only have the champion fight left. Can we become the strongest trainer in the world using a Pokemon that little kids can beat up? Let's find out. I've changed out my item and moveset. I'm now holding the Lychee Berry, which boosts our attack by 1 stage if we're in a pinch. And we have the moveset Endure, Sucker Punch, Astonish, and Draco Meteor. We need to find a Pokemon we can Endure on that will kill us in 1 hit so we live at 1 HP, raise our attack to +1, and then sweep his team. Let's try it. Leon sends in Aegislash. I expect King Shield, so instead of wasting a Sucker Punch, I Astonish. My stats don't lower because of Clear Body. Next turn, I expect an attack, so I Endure. I live the Shadow Ball on 1 HP, activating my Lychee Berry. My attack is at +1. I now Sucker Punch, and it goes down. Haxorus gets sent in. I Draco Meteor, that goes down. Dragapult gets sent out. Sucker Punch hits it for a 1-hit KO. Now Seismitoad. I Dynamax, Max Phantasm, and it goes down in 1 hit. And now Cinderace. We find out if it has a speed boosting nature. Turns out, it does. He uses Acrobatics and finish me. If I outsped, I won. I need to figure out another way to handle this. Okay, I figured out what to do. I'm going to get rid of my effort values in defense and special defense. These are berries you can get from raids, and I have plenty from all the raids that I've done from experience candies. I don't need defense in this champion battle. Qualot decreases defense EVs, and Greppa decreases special defense EVs. I use them, go buy Carbos, and use 11. Now we're sitting at 203 speed, which should theoretically outspeed a Jolly Nature Cinderace. Let's try this again. We outspeed the Cinderace, and we knock it out. All we have left is Gigantamax Charizard. We go for the Max Phantasm, and it barely lives and we get bodied. So we need to alter EV so we can have more attack to take this Charizard out. The max attack stat is 240 for Dreepy, and we're at 232. So we only have a little room to work with before its attack gets maxed out. I use Pomegg Berries to reduce my HP and then use Proteins. It still only brings me up to 237, probably because I don't have perfect attack IVs. Alright, let's try this once again. Max Phantasm doesn't kill. I was worried about this happening. Now I have to keep trying until I get a critical hit on the Charizard. With a 6.25% chance, this will take a while. After 10 attempts of going through and plowing down Leon's team for the Charizard, we finally get the critical hit on the Charizard. We become the champion. Now we have the Dreepy on the title screen. Apparently, even though children can beat up this Pokemon, it can still beat every trainer in the Galar region. Before we wrap up, I'd like to give a special thanks to JaCubAsAlways. He helped me figure out strategies for Pierce and Leon, both of the toughest fights in the game. He is a mad lad and he does challenges as well on his channel. Go check him out. Thank you for watching, everyone. For the constant struggle throughout this challenge, I would really appreciate if you could hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button for more challenge videos, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. See you all next time.